Hi, I'm Laura Hoy for Benzinga, and here's a look at what you can expect from the markets today, Friday, October 25th. Microsoft released better than expected earnings on Thursday. The company's revenue was up 16% and profit was up 17% to 0.62 cents per share. Microsoft wasn't the only company in the technology sector to have better than expected earnings. 84% of tech companies outpaced analyst expectations. In an effort to avoid a repeat of Facebook's disastrous IPO, Twitter announced on Thursday that it plans to raise $1.6 billion and value the company at a modest $11 billion. Twitter is going to price its shares at $17 to $20 per share. Federal Reserve Board members voted unanimously to impose stricter liquidity rules on big U.S. banks. Under the new proposal, banks will be required to maintain enough safe assets to fund bank operations for at least 30 days. Carl Icahn continued to push Apple for a $150 billion buyback after increasing his stake in the company to 0.5%. Icahn ignored critics who say he should leave the company alone and sent a letter to Apple's chief executive, Tim Cook, pushing him to consider the plan. Allegations that the NSA has been eavesdropping on German Chancellor Angela Merkel have the potential to derail legislative and trade initiatives between the US and the EU. Following the accusations, German lawmakers have proposed suspending negotiations over a free trade agreement between the US and the EU. Asian markets ended the week on a low note. The Japanese Nikkei was down by 2.75%, China's Shanghai Composite lost 1.45%, and the Shenzhen Composite was down by 1.70%. However, New Zealand's NZ50 was up by 0.59%, and Australia's ASX 200 gained 0.25%. European markets got off to a rocky start on Friday. The UK's FTSE was down by 0.06%, and the Eurozone Stock 600 lost 0.24%. The Spanish IBEX was down by 0.88%, and Italy's MIB lost 0.79%. In commodity markets, Brent futures fell 0.32%, but WTI futures were up by 0.06%. Precious metals were lower, with gold down 0.57% and silver down 1.76%. Industrial metals were higher, with aluminum posting the largest gains, up 0.92%. In commodity markets, the dollar struggled as the euro gained 0.14% to trade at $1.38. The British pound gained 0.13% against the dollar, and the yen was up 0.22% against the greenback. Notable earnings releases on Friday will include Lear Corporation, Moody's, United Parcel Services, and Procter & Gamble. Friday's economic calendar will be dominated by European releases, including British GDP, Spanish PPI, Italian retail sales, and Germany's Business Climate Index. The U.S. will also release consumer sentiment data and durable goods orders. And that's it for today's Market Primer. I'm Laura Hoy from Benzinga. Good luck with your Friday trades and have a great weekend.